What's Happening Hoke show is filmed before a live audience and is brought to you by Rockfish Motor Speedway, the Rock of Hoke, Nunboys.com, and GPS Photography and Video, GPS Photo and Video. What's happening, Hoke? We're back. Time to talk sports.
About time, because I tell you what, things cranking up around Hoke County in football and racing, and basically all sports, because also, real quick, soccer, the Hoke County soccer team is getting ready to have tryouts. Yes, sir, soccer. Football, as they call it in Europe.
Something I have to endure to get to American football.
That's right.
Soccer.
And the kids gotta sign up, and they gotta get their physicals, just like any other sport. I think volleyball is starting this year, tennis and golf.
For all fall sports, they need to go get.
They need to get the physical. They had a free physical time, but now you're going to have to go do it yourself. But you got to have that physical before you can get out there and practice.
Exactly.
So
and speaking of which, Midnight Madness tomorrow night, Hoke County football is spinning up. Practice is about to begin, and now it counts.
Yep. First official practice will be at midnight tomorrow night. They do have their final preseason practice at 7:30 p.m.
7:30.
I think I'll probably make one of those. I don't know if I'll
try to go out for both, talk to the coaches because of the availability. He's also going to have a parent meeting in between that.
6 o'clock, there's a parent meeting.
That's vital that all parents, if your kid is playing football, you need to be there, whether it's freshman, JV, varsity. If he's playing Hoke County football, he needs to be there. You need to be there to get all this information. He'll have pamphlets, the coach will have the schedule, everything that you need to know. And if you haven't done that sports physical, they'll show you how to get that as well.
Yeah, and also you'll learn a little bit about what the touchdown club and the football team has to do to feed the team.
Yep.
And if you know somebody who can donate some meals to feed the teams or be a sponsor, me and Glenn can make sure you go to the right direction.
Exactly. And speaking of which, when you're talking full ride scholarships, that was in the news this week. But hey, you got SAT, ACT, NCAA clearinghouse. We're going to talk about that too at the parent meeting. You want to be there because your kids need to get enrolled in this. They haven't taken the SAT, they need to take it. And we're talking about your rising juniors. Your rising juniors, and of course your seniors if you haven't taken it, you're a little late.
Glenn knows all about it, folks, and he's got a wealth of information to tell you about it. But
full ride
starting. You can get a
full ride. Now, what came up with this week? Kids are actually getting more money.
Last Saturday,
the student athlete, whether you're at NC State all the way up to Duke, I think on average like $2,300 are going into their
East
pocket.
Carolina.
So now when you hear this story about, well, I wanted to fly my parents to the bowl game, but they couldn't come, and I didn't have the money, and I took money from the booster. Now that lessens that excuse factor because now the money goes in their pocket. Well, there's still people out there that's doing bad things and encouraging 19 and 21-year-olds to do the wrong thing and stand up and do the right thing because now they're going to get some more money in their pocket legally through the NCAA. And so now when he's out there and he missed that last meal in the cafeteria because of practice or whatever the schedule was, or hey, he's just hungry, he can get up, he's got money in his pocket to go wherever, get him something to eat, get him a pizza or a burger.
I want to know this part. You've got UNC, State, and Duke over here in North Carolina. Let's say you got Texas, Florida, and who's another Southeastern Conference school? Georgia over there.
And I know where you're going.
And you know where I'm going. So what I'm saying is,
they talked to the ACC coaches this week.
Yeah,
I think Coach Fedora.
I talked to
Coach Fedora from UNC. Well, his comments say, well, he doesn't feel that it puts them in a recruiting battle. But yeah, it's there because if I go to Texas, I can get $5,000. Where I'm over here at UNC, I'm gonna get $2,300. But then you got to think, out of state versus in state too. I mean, there's a lot of other factors in it, and we knew that this was a slippery slope.
This is a test.
Because it's like you are now quote unquote paying athletes to pay to play.
Yep.
And when you talk about a full ride scholarship, it's just that they don't pay for nothing.
Well, I'm just saying, I mean, they pay for full ride, pay for meals.
Some will take care of, well, they got more money in their pockets,
right.
That's the point.
Yeah, and they can't, they don't have time
to go get a job. Some will take advantage of the degree. No, you don't. Not with 20 hours of practice.
No, that's what I'm saying. We agree.
And so the thing about it that I hope that more kids are going to be doing the right thing and that it gets a level playing field and deters them from going out there and say, oh, I'm taking this money for this or that, or I had to go get this rental car it just is what it is.
I think
and
it'll
unfortunately, there are some kids out there that are in trouble that won't be playing.
Right.
This year, already been accused from teams because they got out there and they did the wrong thing. It's unfortunate, they get out there on their Twitter, their social media. Sometimes, it just comes down to don't hit sin. Just go play. Enjoy being a student athlete. Take advantage of that free education.
Absolutely.
And
free food
do what
too.
you got to do.
That's right.
But it's exciting. It's football season. Everybody's in camp. The NFL's in camp. High school football will start this weekend. The Panthers, well, all I care about.
No, I care about the Eagles now. I'm
Really?
a big Eagles fan.
Well, I'm only a fan of Earl Wolf. I'm not a fan of the Eagles.
I like the Eagles.
The Eagles, I think, have done too much to ensure that they will not win the NFC East.
I don't know.
That's all I'm saying. And the Redskins,
Chip Kelly's the man.
Larry's over there. Yeah, Dallas will win the NFC East this year.
Okay.
I'm going on
Don't
record.
forget it, got to play the game.
They got to play the game. But I'm just saying, they signed Dez Bryant, and I don't like. Let me go on record. I hate Dallas. I do not like Dallas whatsoever. But in that division, the Giants are rebuilding. The Redskins,
don't say be easy. Be easy.
I look at some of the things that they've done, the trades. I just don't see Dallas not winning that division. That's what I'm just saying.
RG3. Washington. You mean Washington?
No, Dallas Cowboys will win the NFC
you
East.
said I don't see Dallas won't win it, but you meant to say Washington. You don't.
I don't see Washington winning. I don't see the Giants winning.
Right.
Dallas Cowboys, I'm on record, will win the NFC East.
All right. Well, then we need to get him in.
They will not be going to the Super Bowl.
We need to start a What's Happening Hoke Fantasy Football League.
That's just it. Fantasy league for all those guys that never played the game.
Whatever.
The Xbox generation. Ooh,
Hey,
yeah.
Tom Brady.
Yeah.
Enjoy the first 4 games.
Tom Brady. Hey, he's married to Giselle Bundchen. He's not hurting.
I like him, but I tell you what.
The only thing I got against Tom and Marshawn Lynch, because they didn't go see the president after they won the Super Bowl.
Oh, well, I mean.
That's the only thing I got against Tom.
Whether they do
as far as when the ball had X amount of PSI in it, I don't. Do we really care about this?
No, I think
were the Colts going to really come back and win that game?
No, I think the story is how the process was handled between the NFL and the team and the player himself.
Well,
he's getting banned for 4 games because generally he might have known that they did it.
Well,
generally, there's no evidence.
Well, the evidence got destroyed in so-called quote-unquote cell phone.
Yeah, the day he was told they.
Why do you destroy the cell phone though?
He says he does it every 4 months.
This week, Miller Automotive Racing coming up, and hey, I got to be watching the Legends race. It's become one of the most liked races. You got the 600 with wings this week. So they got the wings back on.
Settle them back down.
The 270s. Levi Brown, although he's won the last couple of weeks, he's still chasing Kimberly Oxenine. He's still second in points. So it's going to be interesting. And Josh Gomez, hey, we want to wish you the best, guy. He's out for the season. He had his eyes operated on successfully 6 weeks. So we may see him,
last
October?
2 or 3 weeks.
Last couple of races in November. So I'm hoping he'll be back.
Right.
But Josh, we want to wish you well, guy. Thinking of you. Glad you got through your operation okay. And so we're thinking of you, guy. That's all I'm going to say about that.
So this Saturday, Miller Night, August
Miller Automotive.
26th, the Mod Lights, you got to check, or 22nd, you got to check
Let's just look at the schedule. August 1, football practice starts. Okay? You got your scrimmages on the 14th. Let's see. Yeah, on the 12th and 14th, you got your scrimmages. So you count your 10 days down to hitting. We're going to be hitting probably
Saturday.
10. It's probably the 9th, 8th or the 9th.
I was told.
Will be your hit day. And so you won't be practicing on Sunday, which is the 9th. Hit day is going to be either the 8th or the 10th. And that depends on how the Midnight Madness goes. Because you got to get those days of practice in. A total of 10 days before you can start hitting. So you're going to have the Oklahoma drill. We'll be out there for that first day of hitting. I'll be out there tomorrow night. We're talking about the sports page. Sit down and talk with Coach Parrish to see where we are now that we're officially on the clock. And then, of course, 21st, Brazos Stadium.
New Hanover.
Kickoff against New Hanover. They got that 230-6'5" tight end.
I heard y'all talking
that's
about
going to Georgia.
Guys going to play for the Bulldogs. SEC 5,000 a year.
And that's also Rocco Hoke night.
Yep, and Veterans Night.
And Veterans Night. And then on the 22nd, it's the first Mod Light race.
Hurricane
so
Hank Edwards.
A lot of stuff going on in the month of August. We'll have you the Winter Circle this Sunday. We'll have the sports page tomorrow with talking to Coach Paris as we begin the football practice. So I'll be all over the place this weekend. What are you doing?
I am going to a funeral in a few minutes. So my aunt passed away, so I'm gonna head to Goldsboro, and but I'll be out there for Midnight Madness.
So you'll be there?
Yeah, I don't know if I'm gonna be there early or late. I haven't figured that out yet. But Saturday we're gonna. I think Saturday I'm gonna have to end up.
How could you talk about soccer?
I'm talking about all the sports at the high school.
You open up the sports segment, but soccer. Dude,
because you don't want to talk about it, so I'm going to talk about it.
No, it's football weekend, football practice, and you're talking soccer.
I'm talking Hoke County High School athletics, all sports.
The only important thing that you missed out of that whole segment was go get your physical.
And go get your physical.
Soccer?
Yep. I'd like to see him run up and down the field 2 or 3 times.
No, you
Big
wouldn't.
Football player.
No. Back in my day, that's why I played football and not soccer.
Right. You had the wind of.
Hey, you've been watching the What's Happening Hoke show. If you'd like to become a sponsor of the show, hey, hit us up at 910-257-0526. Email me at gpsphotoandvideo@icloud.com. Always check out my webpage, GPS Sports.
Sports page on Facebook.
Sports page on Facebook, and you'll see all the highlights and stuff coming up on that.
And go to nunboys.com.
Nunboys.com.
If you need to find out about some sponsorship packages, give us a call. We'll hook you up.
Exactly. And once again, this show is brought to you by the Rock of Hope, Rockfish Motor Speedway, 2950 Lindsay Road. That's where our show is filmed at every week. If you like what you see, like and share our Facebook page, like and subscribe to our YouTube channel. I'm Glenn Young. Hal's got to get out of here. We'll see you next week.